As that sails over the inline. Murray now on first down. Man open right side. It's the tight end Clay. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Murray says hang on here. He'll step back and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Looking to throw again on second down. Murray. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in there, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense, everybody wants a piece of that pie.
A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Justin Pugh, the left guard that time with a flag. Johnson on the counter. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing now is Murray. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
22 yards there, a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now Joe Mixon, not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 35 on second down, Dalton. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green His 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Bullock, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Andy Isabella with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Andy Dalton looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They give to Johnson going right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. At the Bengals 40-yard line. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Murray now to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
On 1st down, Grant. And some space here. That one good for 33 and a first. He's off to a great start here in this first quarter. It seems like this defense is probably going to have trouble containing him.
I would agree with that. I love the observation. And here's the thing. Their game plan coming to fruition. You knew that they came in thinking that they could run it. And now they're proving that they can and doing it in a big way.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
At the Cardinals' 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Dalton. He's got it. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They begin the drive with Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one goes for 24 yards. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable third down. Well, we know that Murray can run the football. He rushed for 1,000 yards during his final year at Oklahoma, better than 7 yards per carry. And Cliff Kingsbury says, I trust him running the football. And this is a guy that has known his quarterback since 2012 when Murray was a sophomore in high school. Kingsbury was in the OC at Texas A&M. He would go on to take the Texas Tech job, but the two maintained a great relationship. Both are from Texas, both quarterbacks, and both with fathers heavily involved in their football careers. With Cliff Kingsbury, he trusts his quarterback implicitly. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. From the 27, Dalton. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
18 more yards. That's another Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Dalton able to hit Ross. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 18.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a second and 13.
Check.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down. Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
Last week was what's commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Flush, and he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Murray on the sneak.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Now this time, Murray to throw it. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A huge play there for Arizona. 41 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards down to the 15.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Sliding out of the pocket, completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Hakeem Butler, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Go. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Got a man open, it's Ross. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Andy Dalton now at 200 yards already in this first half, and he's not done yet. 1st and 10. Passing, it's Dalton. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up.
Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Murray. Throw left side, complete to Isabella. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Murray now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Gonzalez puts this one through. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
Let's go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Dalton. He gets this one to Boyd. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And able to find Green. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check. Cam. 6-6, pull it high.
They go back to Grant. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4 down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Under
Dalton here from the gun. He's got his man, Boyd. And they're going to have another first down as it... Tackles made here at the Cardinals' 19.
2 yards. That's another Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Ladies!
Hey, they're scared! They're scared!
They'll run on first down. It's Grant. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13.
368!
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring point. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. On 2nd and 12, Dalton, and the catch good. It's Eifert. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
A gain of 22. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. This is Grant. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
A big play there for Cincinnati. 43 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll give it to Mixon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Here's Grant. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. Bullock's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Back now in Cincinnati. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter.
'57's the mic. Watch 57.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Murray over the middle. That's hauled in by Isabella. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Murray now on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right, and he fires one incomplete. He was looking for Charles Clay as tight end, and it's 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
He's got his man. It's Butler. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down. Murray now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. First down, Murray. That's Isabella open on the right side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 29-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Come on, boys, come on. I got one. Here we go.
Now Murray again. Open man is Kirk, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Rip left.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Steps away to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Looking to throw on second down. Murray. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help. With this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Murray and company going for it on fourth. Flushed out right. That's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. Christian Kirk, his fifth touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Dalton sets up play action. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Hey, Orbit.
43's the mic. 43's the mic. I'm coming. 43's the mic.
And the blitz does come. Wide open receiver complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Dalton to Green for a Cincinnati first. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Corey Grant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way, because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. Man open right side, it's the tight end Clay. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Murray, buying time to his left. And his throw is incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Murray's throw on target to Christian Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards on the play, first down. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. After the sack on first down, Murray is going to fire one deep over, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race, and he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Bullock good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case. Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Murray gets this one to Isabella. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. He's got daylight. The 40, the 20, 10, 5. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 for a Bengals TD. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Carlos Dunlap picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Cincinnati, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.